He's tough. He got a great future in this league.
When I was 19, I was just trying to get to my next class, and he's going to be one of the best two guards in this league one day.
He went straight to my move. First time he called me. Yeah. I'm going to give you my move, man.
How do you get 70? They're going to be talking about Devin Booker all night.
Well, I love Devin Booker, man. You better watch out for that boy. He next. I'm telling you.
Mostly first team things say to me is every team needs a shooter. And even if they got one, two is not bad.
Devin Booker entered the NBA like so many young men do, excited to have reached their goal, eager to learn from coaches and veteran teammates, just looking for a way to fit in.
You know, when we were there on 13, and you know, a lot of talented players, including Devin, were on the board, we were getting a ton of calls for the pick. And you know, we just said, no, we have our guy.
His early days in Phoenix followed the usual routine. Extra shots after practice, some playing time here and there. But a mid-season injury moved him into the rotation, then the starting lineup. It was then that most of us got a true glimpse of the greatness that was to come.
I like that kid, man. He's since the first time I played him, he's tough. You know, he didn't shy away from contact. He didn't shy away from the matchup. And he got a great future in this league.
Dwayne Wade's early recognition of Booker's talent and demeanor may have seemed ahead of its time, but his observations resonated. Later that season, Book had the opportunity to finally face his boyhood idol, as Kobe Bryant's farewell tour made its last stop in Phoenix.
You know, he's just an unbelievable player. He's changed my life personally. You know, just the mentality that he has, that he takes to the game is unbelievable. So I've been watching him ever since, you know, I was born. So, you know, he had a big impact on my life, and I appreciate everything he's done for the game.
He has the right attitude. He has the right competitive spirit. I think his footwork's extremely sound. His fundamentals are extremely sound. And now it's just about him figuring out exactly what his game is.
Not yet through his rookie season, Devin Booker was beginning to establish respect beyond NBA greats, all while still only a teenager. The summer of 2016 was a transformative one for Booker, as he got an invitation to join the USA Basketball Select Team, and with it the chance to play against the best players in the world as they prepped for the Olympics. To say he made an impression would be an understatement.
To see his growth just in his rookie year, he's going to be one of the best two guards in this league one day. He, you know, people realize he's such a good shooter, but he's got such a great floor game as well. So I'm a big fan of Devin, and you know, Phoenix got a real steal out of him.
In addition to sharpening his skills against the best competition in the world, Book made his first real connection with a certain Team USA assistant coach, starting a relationship with future implications for both men. He was also building a strong connection to the fans. His smooth offensive game and polished demeanor garnered love and respect throughout the NBA, and it was easy to see why.
Well, Mike Malone can pick out who's going to shoot the free throw, and
right. I didn't see him do anything.
Facial things.
He must have said something. And
the
he signs an autograph on the way out.
As his sophomore season rolled along, Booker kept improving. No longer just a jump shooter, he was developing an ability to consistently get to the rim and create space in a crowd. Book displayed the entire arsenal on a global stage when the Suns hosted a pair of games in Mexico City. He torched the Mavs and Spurs for 39 points each, attacking the league's best defender in the process. And on an early spring evening in Boston, amid the hallowed halls of NBA greatness, the basketball world stood still as Devin Booker provided his own version of March Madness.
Here we go! Unbelievable. Boston celebrating Devin Booker. Booker runs into Zeller, puts it up, and that's it! Devin Booker, now the all-time Suns single-game scorer.
How do you get 70? Like, he showed up our team. We just have a great win, and they're going to be talking about Devin Booker all night now.
As the Suns continued to build around Booker in seasons 3 and 4, he continued to build on his game. Once again, an Eric Bledsoe exit provided opportunity, and Point Book was born. TV talking heads often use terms like empty stats, but the NBA's best knew better, and the praise continued.
He already has that mentality of being a killer. He already has, tools in order to be he's already a great player in this league already, and he's going to continue to showcase that. Not only can he score, he can rebound, he can pass. You're seeing it, and when he goes against the high-level teams, you can see that he raises his game to another level, and that's the telltale sign of a great player in the making that can have that consistency for years to come. So, obviously, you guys can see I'm a fan.
If it's someone that is under the radar right now that people will, I believe that's going to be a really, really, really all-star player in the league is Devin Booker from the Phoenix Suns.
Despite the consistent turnover of teammates and coaches, Booker's scoring onslaught carried on. And there was still much more of his story to be written. Up next on Breakthrough, Devin Booker finally gets the call he's been waiting for, but not without an unexpected assist from a rival.
Now, for the first time ever, you have the opportunity to see the reimagined home of the Phoenix Suns and Mercury at the new Transformation Center. Step into the future with us. Come touch and feel the arena like never before and be one of the first people to see how the in-arena experience will be elevated for next season. With health and safety in mind, we've implemented several protocols for your visit.
So book an appointment today at project201.com.
Last May, the Suns hired a new head coach, that same Team USA assistant from Devin Booker's summer of 2016.
Or when you know you can't get back, so now go ahead and do the same thing.
It would now be up to Monty Williams to help Book take that next step.
What I want Devin to understand is I don't want to get in his way, and yet at some point I think he knows that I can help him. But I'm always thinking of Pop. Pop would always tell us, don't mess it up. If you have something, don't mess it up. And that's part of my goal, is to not mess up what he already has.
The addition of Ricky Rubio was another boost to Booker's growth. In relieving much of the burden to create offense for himself and teammates, Rubio's presence allowed Booker's defense to take hold. While great offensive players often talk the talk about their commitment to defense, Booker's was evident.
Great defense by Booker, stuck with him and forces the miss.
Well, that's tremendous defense right there.
I have places that I'm trying to go and take this team, and I know it's not going to be easy.
We did a shooting drill, and you got to make a certain in a row, and we going to each spot. Man, I shot first. I made probably 6 or 7. This man on 25, I'm all right, you won. He still shoot. He got to 40 in a row. I'm like, you got it. You cold. You nice. You real nice.
He's a great teammate. He's a good person to be around. He always shows up and works hard. He's always setting an example for people. Outsider perspective looking in, you see he's the best player on the team, but you don't know how he is and how he treats his teammates and how he treats the staff and everybody until you get here. And now I know that Phoenix is Devin Booker's team, and he's going to lead this team to some great things.
You look at Devin, you can tell he wants to be in the class of winners in this league. He wants to be in the playoffs. He wants all that stuff. And the bottom line is he's trusting me to help him get there. And that's something that I do not take for granted.
As Booker's basketball evolution continued on the court, his commitment to the community kept growing off the court. The Valley's love affair with Devin Booker was clearly mutual.
You looking for a basketball shoe or a walk around? And okay, you're doing it all. I feel that.
When I heard about the amount of money he's given to the fund here, I just thought to myself, like, who does that? You know, that's a lot of money to pour into a community. And everywhere I go in Phoenix, I see Booker uniforms. That says a lot about what this community and what children in general feel about Devin and his impact here. You know, young kids around this town say Book. You know, they don't say Devin Booker, they say Book. And that means a lot to this organization, but it certainly means a lot to these kids who look up to him. And I don't think it's said enough how good of a guy Devin is.
You know, I said it earlier, just putting smiles on people's faces always gives me a better feeling than any accomplishment or accolade that I can reach personally. You know, so I know my purpose. I know my purpose is bigger than what it seems, and just playing basketball and just affecting people's lives directly and making changes on this world every day that I can is what I try to do. I always say this community's held me down, you know, since day one, and I feel like it's my due diligence to give back.
It was Booker who needed help as the 2020 All-Star Game approached. In the midst of his most efficient season as a pro, the Suns' one-loss record weighed heavily as fans, media, and coaches cast their votes. An injury to Damian Lillard on the final night before the All-Star break opened the door, and Lillard himself all but anointed his replacement.
Devin Booker, who's been snubbed a few times, just because, he doesn't play on the team that wins all the time. So, that was just opportunity for me to say, all right, this is his best season. He's averaging 27 points a game. His team is competing better than they have in the past. And he's one of the best players in the league. He should be in the game.
The post-All-Star Suns, mostly healthy for the first time since early November, gave fans a taste of what they could do. They notched big wins against top teams, with Booker as the centerpiece.
Step back three on the way. Cash it in.
That thing is looking straight up pure.
Book had hit most every checkpoint in Season 5 prior to the NBA COVID shutdown. But the lack of sustained team success was still casting a mighty shadow. The Suns' invite to the Orlando bubble and a long shot at a playoff berth would become Booker's ultimate stage. And what a performance it was.
Gets into the deep three, and why not? Wow. Devin Booker with a nasty left-hand finish.
While the Suns fell short of their ultimate goal to make the playoffs, Booker's performance garnered him first-team All-Bubble honors, and his team's perfect Orlando record put the league on notice.
I got to tell you guys, man, I love you. I do. I don't care what happens tonight. I know what I got in this room. And it has been cool for me to be with y'all every day, to watch you guys work and battle and gain the respect of your peers the way you have on this trip.
From a sweet-shooting, one-and-done teenager just looking for a chance, Devin Booker had become a lethal scorer, confident leader, and one of the NBA's brightest talents. And the best is yet to come.
Hey fans, step into the future home of the Phoenix Suns and Mercury right here at our new Transformation Center. All right, here we go.
Man, I love this place. Oh yeah, I still got it.
Hey Go, help me pick out my new seat. This is so cool. You guys really have to come see this place for yourself. It's amazing.
The most important thing about my career is being able to pass it on and have the next generation of athletes embody the same spirit. learn some of the same techniques and have kind of that same mindset. I mean, that's the coolest thing to me. Playing against Booker tonight, I mean, he went straight to my move. The first time he caught it, dude, you're not gonna beat me on my move, man. Like, you know, but I mean, it was great to see. It was absolutely great to see, and because I remember I did the same thing with MJ.
Eddie, it was an emotional roller coaster this past year for Devin Booker. Obviously, the death of Kobe Bryant, who said, "Be legendary, Devin." And then Devin goes on to become an all-star, breaks out in the bubble, and in the eyes of the NBA, has made that leap into stardom.
Words from great players, especially Kobe Bryant, over the years, has really made him understand that it's just more than basketball for him. He is expected to shine every night, be consistent, be a leader. Getting that advice from great players has really been the catapult, I think, to him having a tremendous career in the future. Well, take a look at how Devin creates space using his body. He really could have taken the shot right there, but he wanted that contact to assure that he would not have a chance to block his shot. Defender gets over, and he waits for him. He didn't want to give him the opportunity to bother him standing behind, and just creates that space. Devin Booker has really shown that Kobe-esque sort of flow during the game that just allows him to get to his spot regardless of who's guarding him, because he's so strong, he can knock them off rhythm and then drain the jumper. Taking another look at a play here with Devin. Now, he learned a lot from watching Kobe, and this is a Kobe-type move here. He sees a defender right there that can challenge his shot, so he quickly gets to an area to elevate and still have the ability to drain the shot.
Eddie, while we celebrate Devin's offense, his defense was much improved through effort and focus and conditioning, too. This was his healthiest season.
Yeah, look, when you're a great offensive player, people are still going to look for things to criticize you about. And Devin's defense was a target. And so what did he do? He started to work on his D, because he doesn't want that. He wants all positivity surrounding his game. And that forces you to what? Superstar category, and that's where Devin Booker is headed.
Here's a chance to win the ultimate draft party from Michelob Ultra, and we'll bring the party to you. The Gorilla and Sons dancers will deliver food, Sun swag, and of course, Michelob Ultra to throw the ultimate socially distant celebration. You can enter at suns.com/draft sweeps or on the Suns mobile app. No purchase necessary, and you must be 21 to enter.
Up next on Breakthrough, do you remember where you were when Devin Booker hit the shot? His teammates and coaches do, and they can't wait to tell you all about it.
And when he shot the jumper and no block, I'm like, foul. Oh, that's good.
Now, for the first time ever, you have the opportunity to see the reimagined home of the Phoenix Suns and Mercury at the new Transformation Center. Step into the future with us. Come touch and feel the arena like never before, and be one of the first people to see how the in-arena experience will be elevated for next season. With health and safety in mind, we've implemented several protocols for your visit.
So book an appointment today at project201.com.
Four seconds. Booker. For the game. Got it! Off the glass! Devin Booker!
Hitting big shots was nothing new for Devin Booker.
Up ahead to Booker. Booker turns, fires, got it!
Since he entered the NBA in 2015, no player has more buzzer-beating, game-winning shots than Book. But this one was different.
The Suns now will have the ball in their front court. We are tied at 1:15. And again, 31.3 seconds remaining in the ball game. Mikal Bridges will inbound the ball in the front court.
They was scoring every time. Layups, Kawhi layup, Paul George layup. And I'm like, what we gonna do, man? We can't go to overtime.
I'm reading the defense, and I peeped the energy that we had and that the Clippers had.
Gets it to Ayton. Finds Rubio.
Ricky on the drive, tied up, takes it shot. Zubac with the rebound.
Ball hit the rim in an awkward way and it made it go far right. Zubac caught the ball. Zubac wanted to give the outlet to Paul George. Michael said, nope. Swiper the Fox activated. Give me that. Took the pass, dominate and grabbed it.
Zubac got the rebound and he passed it. And Mikal just, you know, coach is always, don't ambush, don't ambush, don't ambush. And Mikal is like, nah, I got this one.
Now, I have the ball now. So I was like, do I shoot this? I swear to you, for a little split second, I was like, dude, I have to throw the shot up. But when I look at the clock, it's like 6, 7 seconds. I'm like, no, hell no. The hell? I shoot this early. I'm gonna waste this clock. Ricky, I see Book calling my name. I'm like, here, you pass it to him. You give it to him. Like, forget that. Paul George is all over this dude right now, trying to like bully him and like.
I think it might have went to Ricky. Ricky immediately got it to Devin. And Devin did exactly what I thought he was gonna do.
For some reason, I thought I was gonna get the ball. For some reason, I thought maybe they was gonna double or triple team him. He was gonna have to pass the ball, but he kind of just, he was already locked in.
But I look at Book and he got 2 guys staring him right in the face. And I am wide open at the 3-point line. And I'm like this, ready to shoot. And I look at him, I see a look in his eyes. Because at that point, it was just let him do what he does.
Ricky ended up missing a shot. I think Mikal got the rebound, and you know, that's time for last shot. I want to make sure I got the shot off with only 1 second left, giving them no time. And that was it. You know, I knew PG is a really good defender. Kawhi was in the area also, so I knew it was going to have to be a tough shot.
We knew he was gonna shoot it. We just didn't know when, where, what kind of shot. Nothing was gonna stop him from making that shot. Not Kawhi Leonard, not Paul George, not Patrick, nobody.
He drove left. I think he can get a shot off driving left. They cut him off and some way, somehow, he reversed, spin move, turn around, let it go. And I'm looking at it as it's going up and I'm saying, that's good, that's good, that's good.
Look. On the spin, fires for the win! Got it!
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, now you do.
He takes his time, makes his dribble, stops, turns around. I'm like, there ain't no way. There ain't no way he's making this. The probability of this shot going in is ridiculous. But as soon as it left his hand, it was like, it just looked pretty.
Then he turned around, and when he shot the jumper and no block, I'm like, foul. Oh, that's good.
And it was really just a wild moment. Like, there's not too many times during a game when you're on the court, like, you just stop and you're like, wow.
I mean, that was an insane shot. I mean, you can see my reaction. I just threw my towel up in the air and started running out on the court.
I was a little hesitant to run, then I was like, oh no, we going on the court. Forget that, COVID, it's all out the window. Like, I gotta go celebrate with my team.
It was just a state of shock. Like, I was like, oh, snap. Oh, and I ran on the court. It wasn't nothing they could do. It wasn't nothing they can do on that shot. That was just a great shot.
Yeah, I have the utmost respect for those guys. You know, those are 2 guys that I watch a lot. You know, and I take notes on the way they approach the game on both sides of the ball.
Coming in the locker room, Coach Monty was so excited. We all sat there and waited for Book to walk in. Shower, champagne shower, water shower.
And for him to put on a performance like that and hit that shot, it's a big moment for him in his career, and you want to be able to celebrate it with him. And I think that whole celebration and everything just goes in to show the kind of culture we're building here. You know, it doesn't matter who hits that shot. You're going to celebrate as hard as you can.
Great shot. Fantastic moment for us, fantastic moment for him. I loved it.
Next week on Breakthrough, we'll wrap our series with a comprehensive look back at the Suns' perfect run in the Orlando bubble.
No, it's not fun. It's not fun. Ah! Stop moving the water.
You want to be the kind of team that controls your own destiny. Okay? That's our next step. All right? Love you guys. Bring it in. Family on 3. 1, 2, 3.
We love you too, man.